I want to tell you a story about how I found out the quickest and easiest way to turn off any woman. And it takes me back to my first, not my first long term, my first proper relationship, a girl that I met very quickly. It was one of those where you instantly fall in love. And we met at a nightclub. I know, who you picking up at nightclubs, boys? I mean, Jack. Past Jack, what were you thinking? But I was young and naive. I didn't know what I was doing, but I met a girl and we fell hell over heels in love with each other. It wasn't even me just falling in love with her. She fell in love with me at the same time. It was one of those perfect moments where you both fall in love at the same time. Now, younger Jack was drinking a lot. He was smoking. He was doing drugs. He was a bit crazy. He was a bit of a loose cannon. I'd built no structure or rules to my life. So I let my first proper relationship get set up without me putting anything into it, without me structuring rules and boundaries. I didn't have any yet. I didn't understand it. It wasn't something that I thought about. I just thought relationships, you fall in love. Yeah, that's it. It's just that if it's true love, it's true love. It's perfect straight away. Not true. All of these things take time and work, and you have to develop as a man first. So you know your rules, your boundaries, and you can tailor your woman when you meet her to how you want her to be. And if she doesn't agree with the things that your rules and your boundaries early on, you can call quits on a relationship before you get into it. This relationship flourished. We got on incredibly well. We absolutely loved each other. And we were together for about 2 months of just this. If you've ever fallen for someone before, it's just that ecstasy of falling for someone for the first time. And we absolutely had that, and it was incredible. She moved straight in with me on the first week that we met because things were just wild back then. I lived with some friends. She was in between jobs, and I was just like, yeah, come live with me. I'll give away all my freedom. Don't worry. Yeah, just come and live in my bedroom. Come and live in my bedroom with my boys, and you can just be everything I ever wanted, and you'll be my princess, and I'll just completely sacrifice all my freedom for you because I didn't know back then. So that happened, as you can imagine, drinking, partying, not really working, not doing anything in particular, living in a house with a load of guys and fucking partying all the time, girls around. It was messy. It was a messy relationship. We were always falling out. When I'm hungover, I get in terrible moods. I was not particularly nice to be around. And it got to the point where she was like, okay, I'm going home for a weekend. And I was thinking, thank fuck. Because this has been 2 months of this blissful love, but also it's like a lot to be in the same room together 24/7. Anyone who's lived together will know this. So she goes back home and I have a night out with the boys. And on this night out with the boys, as you can imagine, one thing leads to another. We start getting very hammered and we end up in a club. Now, there was a girl that knew me from university that was there, and she came up to me, and some nights you're on form. Guys will know this. Some nights you go in the club, you don't have to try to pull. It's normally when you have a girlfriend, weirdly enough. So I went into the club. A girl I kind of knew came straight up to me and was dancing on me. One thing led to another, and we're kissing each other. We're getting off. I'm drunk as hell, and we spend the night together. It gets a little bit freaky, and I mean we spend the night together in the club. We didn't actually go home together. She knew I had a girlfriend. She didn't want to go home with me, so we get together in the club. I'm shit-faced. I don't really know what I'm doing. Didn't really particularly like this girl anyway, but you know, you'll do things when you're drunk. So anyway, that happened. Go home. Wake up in the morning thinking, I've done something wrong here. I'm feeling I'm feeling a little bit scared. I feel a little bit like I've done something wrong. And the reason was because I'd obviously committed to a girlfriend, and I felt like I had committed a bad offence. And the problem was, because I was drinking and taking so many drugs at the time, your whole perception of things is screwed up because you're so sensitive when you're like that. That's the problem with drinking alcohol and drugs, is that it makes you such a sensitive guy. Like, anything can piss you off, anything can make you sad. When you're not on that high, you're depressed pretty much. So for me, it was like, oh shit. I was looking forward at this point to my girlfriend coming back, because I was feeling down from having had a big binge the night before and now being on a come down and being sober. And I was thinking, oh shit, what if she comes back and she finds out, and then the fucking only good thing that I've got right now, what if she goes as well? And then I'll feel really shit. The problem was, I mean, it was always going to happen. I had this feeling like she was going to find out. And the reason was, this girl had scratched me in the club. She was a bit of a freak. And she was putting her hands up my top. I was hammered, so I didn't notice. And she was scratching me. She was scratching away. So I was covered in these scratches. And I was thinking, fuck. How are we going to explain this one to the girlfriend? So, me being a genius, an absolute Einstein of a man, decided to say, when she came back, I've fallen in a bush. She said, hey darling, how are you? It gets to night time, but we were saying hello. It's great to see each other again, kissing, yeah, lovely, lovely. Oh babe, I went out last night, let's go to bed like soon. I don't want to go out tonight, like I'm feeling a little bit hungover. Let's just cuddle, go to bed, watch a movie, whatever. Take my top off, get into bed. What's that? These, yeah, fallen in a bush, haven't I? Yeah, when me and the boys was out, I've gone over the wall and I've fallen directly straight into a bush. Brambles have got me and I've gotten scratched. And I could just tell she was not believing this. She was just like, that is the biggest load of bollocks I've ever heard. But she didn't say that with her face or her mouth. She said it with her eyes. And I was thinking, fuck, I'm up shit creek here. But I didn't think about it. So I go to the toilet. She wasn't angry at this point. I go to the toilet and I start having a shit. Now, the problem with this door in our house was that it didn't lock properly. So if you hit it hard enough, it would fly open. Now, my girlfriend and any girl, being the detectives that they are, had managed in this time of this 2 minutes of me being on the toilet, had managed to find out what club I was at the night before, go onto their Facebook page, find the pictures they post each evening after the club. You know, the club photographer, he comes around, he snaps some pics. I was hammered, but I'd been papsed, big time. Snogging another girl, covered in lipstick, girl hanging off of me. Worst pictures you could see. I mean, these pictures, I was a dead man. She knew straight away. She seen them. So 2 minutes later, she comes charging through the door. Pretty much kicks it open. I'm like, babe, get out. I'm having a shit. She's like, who the fuck is this? Slapping me on the head. And I'm like, oh, Jesus, this is fucking terrible. I'm going to lose my girlfriend and all this shit. So what do I decide to do? I decide to lie. Like a coward. And this is what brings me to the point of this video. Women don't mind as much as you think if you make a mistake and cheat with another girl. The thing they care about is if you can't face them, if you're too scared to face them, if you show that you're a pussy, if you can't face the music, if you're a coward and you lie. That is what they hate. And I'll tell you how I figured this out. So I decide to lie. Babe, nothing happened. I didn't even kiss her. Blah, 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 blah. Covered in lipstick. Obviously, she already knows. I haven't seen the pictures yet, so I'm just fucking lying away, just lying through my teeth. Babe, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. Babe, no, I don't even know any girls. No. Stupid move. Anyway, she starts crying and shit, and I'm like, why do you think that? All this stuff, and she's like, I fucking know. I already fucking know because the fucking pictures are online. Look at this. You kiss another girl. I feel so fucking angry right now. I'm gonna fucking can't be with you anymore, you piece of shit. And me, I start grovelling away like a little batty boy because I'm at that point where I haven't built anything. My physique's not great. I'm feeling down about myself. I'm addicted to drugs and alcohol, and she's probably the only good thing I've got going in my life. So I decide to grovel because I think, yeah, she'll stay. Like if I say sorry enough and that, she'll stay. So I'll get to work. Babe, I'm so sorry. I'll do anything. Blah 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 blah. It doesn't work. The moment that you do that, a girl loses all respect for you, and she's already lost most of the respect when you lie. She could probably have understood if after I'd seen the pictures, if at first I said no, I didn't do anything, and then after I'd seen the pictures, I said, yeah, babe, actually I did, and I came clean about who it was and everything, but I didn't. I lied and lied and lied. I dug myself into a deeper hole, and the moral of that story is, it is not what you do that gets you in trouble, it's how you deal with it. A man would have turned around after he'd done it and said to her the next day, babe, by the way, kissed a girl last night, really sorry about it, can understand if you want to leave me, it was just a mistake, I don't care about her, I was drunk, if you want to leave, fine, but I'd love you to stay, I love you. But if you go, fair enough, I understand. That's how a man deals with it. And I didn't deal with it that way, because I wasn't a man yet, because I was still acting like a little boy. And I saw firsthand from her, she turned around and told me, I don't fucking care about the kissing, it's a kiss, I literally don't care. What I care about is you fucking lying to me and you being a pussy. And that showed me firsthand that the thing that sickens women most, how you can turn off any woman instantly and make sure you never get laid, is to show that you're a coward. And even more, to show that you're scared of her, because showing you're scared of her makes her feel masculine. You shouldn't be scared of her ever. When would a knight be scared of a princess? The princess could be as angry as she wants with the knight. He's not going to run away scared, is he? He's gonna just give her a hug. He's gonna look after her. He's gonna say, look, babe, it was a mistake. I can understand if you want to leave, but I do love you. I'd love you to stay. I learned from this lesson, because after that, actually, I won't go into that part of the story, but I learned from this lesson. And the reason why is because just recently in Thailand, I met a girl. I've been meeting a lot of women, obviously traveling, young guy. I've sorted myself out. I'm in great shape. I'm sociable. I'm building a business. I'm out there talking to women. I find it easy now to get women. And I meet a lot of them. It's rare that one has the qualities for me, for my standards, that I would consider seeing her regularly. And in return, sort of taking on more of a looking after her aspect. But there was a girl that I met, totally out of the blue, met her in a shop, dropped some game on her, was flirting with her. We ended up meeting up. And there was a girl that had all the qualities of a girl that I would spend a lot of time with and that I would look after. Now, the problem is I'm 23. I'm not looking to settle down anytime soon, no matter the girl. Could be the best girl in the world. I ain't settling down. I've got things to do. I'm not settling down till 30, 35, who knows, but I'm not settling down at 23 years old. I just purely think it is too young to be settling down, no matter who you meet. If it's the right person, she'll be there again. But the thing is, there's no such thing as the one, in my opinion, one-itis, the one. There's so many people out there that you can always meet either a better one or someone on par. So for me, I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. And quickly after realizing that she had feelings for me and I had feelings for her, I said to her, honestly, look, you're definitely the type of girl I keep around. You make my life better in pretty much every way. There's a few things I've got to say. I've got to be honest with you. I'm a young man. I'm not settling down anytime soon. And although I really like you, I'm definitely not going to be able to be loyal. And I'm not saying I don't want to see other women. So I'm afraid we're going to have to leave it. And she actually said to me, no, that thank you for being honest with me. I can take it. She's a little bit older than me. And she said, look, I really like you. I'd like to keep doing this. You look after me well. I take her out, treat her nicely. I'd like to stay here and look after you. And all I ask is that you be honest with me if you do see other girls. So things go well. Seeing each other, things are going nicely. And I go out with the boys one night. And I say to her, look, you can't come around tonight. I'm going out with the boys. I'll be back late. See you another day. And she says, fine, doesn't bother me again. Fantastic behaviour on her part. The reason why I'm still seeing her, still hanging out with her, still looking after her, still taking her to hotels, still taking her to places, is because she's so mature, so flexible in respect to those sorts of things. And I said to her, look, I'm going to be coming home late tonight, don't come round. So I come home with another girl that night. I met another girl, came home, slept with her. And I wear condoms. So obviously there's condoms by the bed. Girls, they're smart. They know these things. They keep an eye on them. So she comes around a few days later and she's like, there's a condom missing. What's up? And I just tell her honestly, like I didn't back in the day. I straight away just turned around and said to her, and you guys won't believe this, I said, yeah, the other night I brought a girl home, we had sex, and she left. And she was like, well, do you care about her? I was like, no, she's just a one night thing. There's a reason why you're back here. And she was like, okay, that's fair enough. And she got a little bit angry, and then rather than getting frustrated or annoyed with her or saying anything stupid or apologising, because I didn't apologise because I wasn't sorry, because I knew what I'd done and I'd done it on purpose. But instead, I put an arm around her. I was masculine. I looked after her. And I said, look, it's going to be all right, babe. Don't worry. You're number one. That girl, she was just a girl for one night. I like seeing you. Don't worry. You're number one. You're sticking around for a while. And she asked me, would you do this? Will you do this again? And I said, yes, I will. I most likely will. I'm a young man and I'm horny and I'm not looking to get tied down at the moment. And although we spend a lot of time together and you look after me, I've made this very clear. Now that built more respect from this woman that she said she'd ever felt with another man in her life. Because although I was not the perfect man, although she may not like me for my behaviour, she doesn't need to like me. She just needs to respect me. And the fact that I stay on my purpose, sort my shit out, look after her, take her out to hotels, take her out places, she plays her part, and that I sleep with the occasional woman every once in a while, doesn't bother her. Or it does, but she still respects me because I'm honest about it and I tell her. And that is why cowardice is the number one way to turn a girl off. And just having the courage to walk away if a girl does something wrong, if she cheats on you, having the courage to tell her that you cheated. Now, don't offer this information up freely if you are going to do this. Don't hurt someone for no reason. If you've already been honest with her and said, look, I'm probably going to sleep with other people, and then she doesn't ask about it, you've been away, you've slept with someone, and she doesn't ask, don't go back and tell her, look, I slept with this girl, rah, rah, rah. Don't do that. That's just hurting her for no reason. But when she asks, look her in the eyes and tell her the truth. And it takes courage to do that. There's many, many guys out there, and it makes me sad to see this, that are too scared to be honest with their own girlfriends. They're scared to death of what their girlfriend is going to do. And it's like, bro, what's she going to do? She can't throw hands. She's a girl. The worst thing that's going to happen is she breaks up with you. And if you're on your purpose, doing your thing, you've got your friends, you're getting in shape, you're getting money, you're getting business, you're looking after your life, then her leaving doesn't matter because you'll find another one soon enough. If you miss the 8:15, the 8:30's right around the corner. That's what my old man said to me. Well, no, you didn't. I actually saw that on Instagram, but someone else's old man said that to them, and I've said it now to you. So boys, have some courage. It turns women on. Women want knights. They don't want pussies. If you've cheated and she asks about it, just tell her. Don't be scared. You might lose her. Who cares? 8:15, 8:30 bus. Remember, all right? Now, boys, if you need help with a brotherhood, you want people to talk to about relationships and those sorts of things, you want to get in amazing shape, you want to start pushing your life to the next level, then check out the course I put together to boost your testosterone. And you also get added to our clan, our WhatsApp group, where like-minded guys can talk about these things and dominate together. So, boys, that's the video for today. Take my wisdom, use it wisely, and I'll see you on the other side. Whopper!